You're listening to episode number 11 of the Emotional Freedom Podcast, and I'm your host, Luke Bong. Today's episode is all about why fake it till you make it is extremely overrated. Stay tuned. So, I am an NLP trainer and I've been doing this for the past 10 years. Now, one of the key ideas of NLP has got to do with state management. In other words, how you transform your state. And there is a very popular idea that is floating around and it gets mentioned so often, which is fake it till you make it. You know, when a certain idea is being used so often, it is very easy for that very idea to become abused, to become misused, and eventually the way people use it was totally different from how the person who originated the idea had in mind. And fake it till you make it seems to be one of those. Now, first, before I tell you how fake it till you make it actually works in real life, I want to start off first by sharing with you how fake it till you make it is wrongly used in life. Now, there are a lot of trainers or coaches who advise people to, even though you don't feel like doing it, even though you don't feel happy, etc., you need to fake it. So you can fake a fake smile, or you can fake feeling happy, and when you do it, after a while, you will start to feel better. You will become it. That's what it means. Fake it till you make it. But that's not true. That's not true at all. You see, fake it till you make it, when it comes to emotion, when you start to suppress your emotion, that's never a good thing to do, because if you suppress that emotion, there is no outlet for a certain emotion, which it could be destructive in nature, like, for example, anger. It could also be this hatred. And if you just fake it by being nice to people, even though at that very moment you just feel like that is the last thing that you want to do, you are suppressing that emotion. And when you suppress that emotion, guess what will happen? Like a pressure cooker, like a pressure pot, if there is no outlet for the pressure that is building up, eventually that pot is going to explode. And when it comes to us people, human beings, those emotions that you suppress for a long, long time, if it doesn't, there is no outlet for it. Well, you are not going to explode. But what happened here is your body will go into stress. And when there is long period of stress, what happens then is those stress will lead to illnesses, sicknesses, diseases, etc., which happens to be an accumulation of those emotions that have been pent up for too long. So when it comes to situations whereby fake it till you make it, well, emotional management, emotional control suppression is definitely the wrong area to use it in. So if you are not supposed to use fake it till you make it where emotion is concerned, where would it be the right place to do it? Now, this is where NLP state management comes in. You see, when it comes to an emotional state is not just a feeling. It has got to do with the way you're thinking, the way you move your body. It is a total package. So, take an example. If, let's say, you have a very excited state right now, just imagine for a moment, yeah? You have been promised that you'll be given a really, really great present. And you have been promised that it's something that you have really, really wanted. So I want you to imagine that for a moment. And notice that as you start to imagine it, what happens to the feelings inside you? You start to get more excited, maybe. And then notice, how do you sit? Do you notice that your body started to, the posture started to change? Maybe. And notice also, how do you feel in your heart? Do you start to feel a little bit more? Do you start to feel like maybe more excited? You start to feel maybe your heart beats faster. So all those things will actually be part of the emotional state that you're going through. Oh yeah, and one more. If you are thinking about that, chances are maybe also your ear becomes warmer or your face becomes warmer. Now that's very normal because that is an emotional state. So how do you use fake it till you make it in this kind of situation? Now, imagine for a moment that you have to go and give a presentation and you know that you have to be very confident, but unfortunately, you don't feel very confident about it right now. So, what you need to do is Fake that confidence until you make it, until you become the confident. Okay, let me share with you how to do it step by step. Now, the first step here is you may not be feeling confident right now. And trying to fake the feeling of confidence, that's not probably going to do too well, because if you don't feel it right, you can't cheat yourself. You can't force yourself to feel confident when you're not feeling it. But something you can do, you can move your body the way a confident person moves it, even though you don't feel like it. So you begin to stand with your shoulders back a little bit. You start to stand in a straighter, and you start to walk maybe in a faster pace. You start to move your body in a certain way that only confident people would do. Now, when you do that, something magically happens. You see, the mind and the body is connected. All right? I'm sure you agree with that. The mind and the body is connected. And when you start to feel lack of confidence, your body will begin to act that way. But guess what? The reverse is true as well. Once your body begins to act in a way that depicts a person with confidence, your mind begins to take the message that, okay, this is a confidence gesture. And when that happens, that is how fake it till you make it works well. So, in my opinion, I think fake it till you make it works very well, especially when it comes to you trying to achieve certain emotional state. Let me give you an example. So, let's say that you have had a hard day at work, and your mind is still so preoccupied with all the challenges, with all the pressure, and you find it so difficult for you to relax, right? So when you go back home and you want to relax, what do? Your mind is not ready to relax yet. But remember, fake it till you make it, so you can use your physical body to begin to the process. Maybe you can start by taking deep and slow breath. And when you do that, you'll notice your body begins to become more relaxed. Or next thing you do is maybe you start to take walks, and you start to take longer and slow walks, deep breathing. And then maybe you start to play a very nice relaxed tune. Guess what? Before long, you'll notice that your mind also becomes more relaxed. So that is how you use fake it till you make it. And that is what I believe is the original intention of how fake it till you make it is to be used. So before I conclude today's episode, once again, if you are trying to suppress your emotion by faking it till you make it by just forcing your emotion, that is the wrong way. It is going to cause it to backfire and explode. The right way is to fake it till you make it with how your body responds to an emotion. So I hope you have found today's episode useful. I'll see you tomorrow.